All right, folks, we're back in the kitchen with Chef Charles Bryant of Hartwell's Premium. Throughout the morning, he's been working on this homemade pulled pork that is easy, emphasis on easy and tasty. And you've also come up with a homemade coleslaw to combine it all.
Oh, Chef Charles, that's amazing.
Yes, you can see how easily that just fell apart, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to build, what I tell people when they do their pulled pork is don't shred it so much, leave it a little meaty, right? You don't want to take two forks and like kind of turn it into shreds. So what we're going to do is we've got this. Look at all that right there.
That is fantastic.
And when you do the slaw, isn't that called a bear paw? Isn't that called something? Like the slaw is a thing with pulled pork. Is it Southern? I love that.
It must be Southern because I've never heard of it.
Maybe that's just my family. Yeah.
So we've got the pork there, and then you can see, like, again, how easy this comes out.
Look at that.
And then, so it's almost like a really meaty, thick sandwich, you know? It's not just pulled pork in that essence. It's almost like a steak in a way.
And you said this was a shoulder?
This is pork shoulder, right?
Pork shoulder.
So we've got a little bit of barbecue here. This is I call it Main Street Sweet, which is what we make in-house here. And then I've got our fire-roasted chili ranch that we have that you can buy at any local Kroger store. I've got it with the coleslaw here, so you've got a nice contrast between the fire-roasted chili and then the sweet barbecue, right?
Nice.
And then, you know, everyone, I was going to talk about the buns real quick. I'm using a brioche here, and everyone loves toasted buns, right? So if you don't want to get the pan out and do it, what I like to do is I'll press them down a little bit and just put them in the toaster.
Oh,
okay.
And it works perfectly, right?
Simple.
So you have toasted, buns.
Come on, that's a great tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the best tips.
Especially if you have one of those the bagel toasters.
A bagel toaster,
yeah.
right. So you can see here just a quick mix there, and it's going to go right on top.
That's beautiful. Okay, where can I come eat this? At your house?
Sure.
I've got to make this at my house. The recipe's on our website, right?
It is. I always
good.
put the recipes on there, and a little bit more on top, and then I put a little bit more scallion, and it is ready to go.
And you really are of the belief that with just a little bit of guidance and confidence, that I could take on a project like this myself.
No question. You know, cooking is an art, just like any form of art. Once you learn the basics, then you can kind of build on that, and then your creativity comes in.
That's true.
And you can really stretch out your boundaries once you know the basics.
I love that. It's like gardening.
And I've been telling Chef Charles that just having the influence of the chef and others like him and being able to stand here and ask them questions has exponentially increased my own confidence in the kitchen.
Made you a better cook?
Well, I think
I love that.
It really is all about confidence, though. And
I love that.
And being able to improvise a little bit.
I think that's true, and just being confident, but also taking risks, being a little bit of a risk taker.
Yes, so.
Okay, you keep talking amongst yourselves.
Well, you want to hear the biggest risk I ever took culinarily?
Yes.
I did a kiwi cheesecake. It was the worst thing I've ever done.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
So
it was just so loose and terrible. Right?
And you learn from your mistakes.
I learned from my mistakes.
And we've got a silent Carrie Petty because her mouth is full. So that was fantastic. Yeah.
Jiminy crickets.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've ever tasted.
And there's probably a crowd gathering right now outside the studios to line up and get some of these sandwiches. And the choice of the brioche bun is sort of a logistical choice.
You can do really whatever you like. I like brioche. It's just a little, it's kind of rich and buttery.
So
I like it. It's a fortified dough. So that richness kind of breaks away from the slaw and everything else. So when you eat it all, it kind of makes a symphony.
And it stands up. It stands up to the juiciness. That's what I love about it. That's the perfect match.
I wanted to take an opportunity, though. You're developing your own cool YouTube channel where you kind of get in depth about some of the fun stuff that we can do in the kitchen. Tell us about that.
Yes, I am. It's called Gourmet Today is the name of my channel. And we do cool little videos, and I do little reels, things like that. And it's really starting to grow. And my whole purpose is to show people just how easy cooking is.
Yeah.
Right? And don't be intimidated. Get in there. Stay out of all the fast food restaurants. Right?
Yes.
And come home and have a wonderful meal with your family.
And if you've checked it out, folks, it's a tutorial with Chef Charles Bryant on just how to do it and do it, as I keep saying, with confidence.
That resonates with me.
Yeah.
I love that philosophy, Chef Charles. Thank you for sharing that with us.